Welcome back to the channel. In today's video I will show you how I make smooth delicious soy yogurt at home. The first step was selecting my beans, which I did off the camera. Next, I washed and rinsed the soybeans thoroughly with clean water to remove any remaining impurities. I proceeded in soaking my soybeans for 6 to 8 hours. This softens the beans and make them easier to process. After soaking the beans, I then proceeded in rubbing them with my hands to loosen and remove the skins. I used a sieve to separate the dehulled beans from the skin. Once the beans were separated, I proceeded in blending them into a smooth paste. When the beans were properly blended, the next thing I did was to add a small quantity of water, about a cup or two, and I proceeded in straining the mixture through a regular sieve to extract the soy milk. When I was done extracting the soy milk, the next thing I did was I transferred into a clean pot and boiled for 20 to 30 minutes. This is a very important step because it helps remove the raw beany flavor and ensure that the milk is properly cooked. After boiling the milk, I'm going to leave it to cool down. While it is cooling down, I will sterilize all the equipment I'll be using, including my bowl, my spoon, my incubating container, and other utensils with very hot water, in short, boiled water, and even the cheesecloth I'll be using to sieve again. This helps prevent contamination by unwanted microorganisms. Remember, the only bacteria we want in our yogurt are the beneficial ones from the culture. This shows that not all bacteria are harmful. Some are actually essential for producing healthy, nutritious foods like yogurt. And do you know the names of the bacteria that are found in the starter or the culture and their function in the production of yogurt? Please type and educate us in the comments section. When the milk has cooled down to a temperature of about 40 to 45 degrees Celsius, I strain it again, this time using a cheesecloth. This extra filtration removes any fine particles and gives the yogurt a very smooth texture. After confirming the temperature was between 40 to 45 degrees Celsius, I will then add my culture. If you have a kitchen thermometer, you can use to monitor your temperature. But if not, you can use your skin. You just take a small quantity of it with a spoon and then you drop on your body. If it doesn't burn you, like you feel no difference, that is the correct temperature to add your starter. Next, I was using Dole yogurt as my starter. I could not dilute it because it was already in the liquid form, so I added it directly and stirred thoroughly. If you are using a thicker yogurt like Greek yogurt, it's best you mix it with a small quantity of the yogurt or the milk before adding into the mixture. After mixing, I transferred into my incubating container and then wrapped in a blanket and incubated for about 6 to 8 hours. I actually intended to leave mine for a little longer, but my children could not wait to taste it, so I removed it a bit earlier than planned. Again, my goal was to make drinkable soy yogurt, so this fermentation time works well for me. If you prefer a thicker yogurt, you can ferment it for 8 to 12 hours or even longer, depending on the temperature and the level of tanginess you want. And guys, this is my yogurt after 6 hours, and this is what I really wanted. Like I said, if your goal is to make a Greek style yogurt, after fermenting, transfer the yogurt into a cheesecloth and allow the whey to drain out while it sits in the refrigerator. This is very important. Removing the whey gives the yogurt a much thicker and creamier consistency. Finally, I added my sweetener, I stirred, and then I transferred them into serving bowls, and my kids had a good time. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you learned something new today, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss any of our future videos. Thanks for watching and see you in our next video.